Cicero! Ven was telling me we had a special guest.
Livia! I missed you last night.
I was out with Damien. We had some errands to run, shopping for Seiho's sojourn. It's tomorrow, after all.
Damien?
Oh, Cicero. It's been that long, hasn't it?
I'm afraid I'm missing something.
Cicero, meet Damien Marimbus, our son.
Pa, is this?
That's him, all right.
Wow. Pleasure, sir. Real pleasure.
What awful stories has your father told you about me?
Oh, awful? You're kidding, sir. Nothing short of amazing they are.
Oh, Ven.
I speak the truth. What can I say?
I'm sorry for taking your time, Cicero. You're busy, I'm sure. And we have preparations to make for the festival, but it was nice seeing you again.
And you as well, Livia. You won't be going off from here anytime soon, will you?
No, we'll be seeing you around, Cicero. Don't worry.
Excellent. Then until next time. So, found anything?
I wasn't able to do very much without the proper tools. Livia's got them from the market, though, so I'll be able to conduct further tests now, but nothing so far.
Well, if you do find anything, let me know, all right?
Of course.
Omedea,
Not now.
I wasn't going to talk about that. I was going to ask about how you knew the Bloodling.
Same thing.
You met him as a mask runner?
I thought you said you weren't going to talk about it.
I just need to know if we can trust him.
We can.
All right, if you say so. So, how is Fabio taking the news?
He doesn't plan to stand in your way, if that's what you mean. He's as interested in the nature of them as we are.
Do you think you'll say the same once we find out what they actually do?
You ask when you already know the answer.
Right. I was just hoping, I suppose.
Look forward, Inspectore. We have work to do.
Settled in already, I see.
It's quite the lovely place you have, really. And quite the motley crew as well.
Don't I know it?
It's not every day you see drops of colors in such close proximity. Golds and blues and browns. Makes me wonder, though, what strange reasons glue this lot together?
Perhaps if you do your job, you might find out.
Yes, of course. We'd best get on with it then, no? Where to, sir?
A Sorelle ward, the Withering Mast.
It's rather curious that we're traveling to a Sorelle ward without our Sorelle.
There are some times when familiarity is less than wanted.
Now is one of those times?
Unfortunately so.
Even the best of the guilds still has shadows, doesn't it?
An Inspectore. It is rare to see a member of the White Spire in a blue ward. It is brave of you to come.
It is only brave if there is a reason to be afraid.
And there isn't, of course. My name is Matron Beneva.
And mine you needn't know.
Ah, of course. I understand. Well, I shouldn't keep you too long then. It seems the lot of you have a purpose here. I'd best leave you to it.
I'm surprised she didn't recognize you.
Whatever it is, we need to find evidence of what she's up to. The women here should be able to tell us more. Excuse me, miss. Have you a moment to spare?
What do you want?
My name is Cicero.
Sable.
And your child?
Why are you here, Inspectore?
Do you spend all your afternoons at this table?
Some. Others I spend in my room.
In those days that you spend out here, what do you do exactly? I do not see very many things for one to busy oneself with.
The comfort of peace and solitude. The nursing hall sometimes gets noisy. Sasha doesn't sleep well there.
That is considerate.
Of course. I would do anything for my daughter.
Truly?
If you have an answer that you are attempting to goad out of me, ask the right questions.
You are a direct woman.
There is no room in this world for subtlety. When you need to survive, you cannot spare thoughts for the game of questions. You ask, you answer, you move on, and treasure the moments in between.
Is that what life is like in here? Ask, answer, move on? To the next question, the next meeting, the next customer?
You are just like them.
Sable, please.
You're not an inspectore. You're a beast.
You are mistaken. I have not come here to...
Sable, again? If the matron learns that you are displeasing our guests...
It is all right, Sorelli. There is no issue here.
Well, if there is anything, Inspectore, anything at all, I will be right over there.
You have spirit. Your daughter has been very quiet.
You said that I was mistaken. Prove it. Tell me you are not of their kind.
I am not. By all the ages, you have my word in my heart.
Then help me. Please.
Your daughter?
Beneva,
Lost legacies.
will you help me, Inspectore?
Yes. Yes, I will.
Then follow me. Everything is fine, Asha. Just fine. Oh, and Asha, would you please let Divina know that my room is looking a little lonely at the moment?
Sable, what is going on here?
Routine, Inspectore.
Cicero, please. I'm not acting within the authority of the registry. Not now.
Cicero. The women in this banco are put on rotation. Every 10-day, we must meet our quota of customers, and only then can we see our babes again. In the meantime, we are given that to remind us of why we must work. When we have our darlings back, they lock us in a room beneath the ground until our names appear on the roster again.
It will change, Sable. Now, I came with 2 others. I need...
It has been settled. Ah, Divina. Pleasure you could join us.
Cicero, what is...
If this plan goes wrong, she will not have to lie when she tells them she was no part of it. She and her babe will be safe. I did not hit her hard, so we don't have much time. The passage to the chambers beneath are down the hall. Beneva keeps those who are not on duty on the first level beneath the earth.
But there are more levels beneath.
When we are on duty, she takes our babes and descends further. I don't know what awaits us beyond. I've never been deeper myself. Now, let's go.
She has taken all 3 of them into her room.
That cape is just cloth over the shoulder of a mortal thirsty for flesh. But come, her job is done. It is time for us to retrieve Sasha for her. Sasha! The stairs down are just beyond this door.
I understand.
Cicero, they're likely guarded.
Then woe to the men who stand for the foul.
Intruders!
Ah, eyes from the White Spire.
Stay back, Sable.
Finally gathered the gall to try, did you? You seem to have forgotten what happens to the children of women who...
You leave Sasha alone!
Oh, don't waste your words. When you're gone, you won't be able to shed tears for her anyway. And you, Inspectore, it seems you've found out about my little operation. I'm afraid I can't let you leave now. A final chance, Inspectore. Turn and leave, and the blood of the innocent needn't be on your hands.
I will not let willful ignorance cost the people of this Bonko their lives, Beneva.
Oh, you interfering will do far worse than that, I assure you.
Beneva, please!
Enough! If talk will not turn you away, then perhaps action will.
You have lost, Beneva. Stand down and let the people of this Bonko go.
This is Umber, Inspitore. Nothing is lost until death, and little is gained without it. You.
The mechanisms of a contract, Beneva.
The Labores are fools. They think to take everything into their own hands, but you have seen through their ideals. You know why this place exists.
I am not here for your justifications. Goodbye, Beneva.
Take it in. We owe it to you.
Please, Sable. If it hadn't been for you...
Stop it, Cicero. You know where the true credit lies.
Looks like they're leaving.
Goodbye, Inspitore.
Goodbye.
Leaving so soon?
Zelia,
A good thing you did today.
what are you doing here?
Keeping an eye on my wards, of course. And the people who interfere with them. I am the head matron of the Sorelle, lest you've forgotten.
And you let this pass?
I did not encourage it, certainly. But Beneva had her uses, though even she was not aware of my gaze.
But yet you seem to care none that Beneva is now gone.
In the city, those who cannot learn to ride the tides of change will quickly drown beneath their foam. A few letters of appreciation to both the Labores and the Registry for rooting out the rotten flesh. A promise from one of the lesser matrons that she will take care of this ward better than Beneva. In the grand scheme, there is little that is lost from the late matron's departure.
What is this about, Zelia? Surely you didn't stop me to remind me of the Dance of Shadows.
It's come to my knowledge that you're traveling with one of my mariners.
What of it?
Are you aware that he is in charge of an orphanage?
He mentioned it briefly before.
Today a songstress came by asking for him.
Olana.
She's asked for his place of residence, invoking her authority as songstress to claim the knowledge. We told her about the sail heart.
You want me to tell him?
If you could be so kind. I have a feeling this might be something he'd want to know.
I'll see to it that he does.
Thank you, Inspectore. Now, I best be off. The events here have clearly taken care of themselves. Until next time, Cicero.
Let's get back. I have news for the mariner.
And you are certain that it's true?
The messenger that delivered it was trustworthy, yes.
I need to go.
What is it?
Earlier this day, you offered to listen to my burdens.
That offer still stands.
You should follow me. But you alone.
Calden?
What?
Talk to me about the sail heart. I'd like to know more about it.
12 years ago, I had just been promoted to skipper and had been given a home in the Tempered Tides. It wasn't a big place, but it was decent enough for a whole family, though I lived alone. One day, there was a loud rapping on my door. It was raining that evening, I remember, and I could hardly distinguish the knocks from the thunder. But I opened the door and found him, dressed in the gold of the Luca, standing before me, drenched in rain and blood. In his arms he carried a body, a young girl that had belonged to a mask runner his patrol had killed. He secretly broke away from them and brought her to the first house with lights, not even knowing if I would take them in. That child was Vint, the first of my 11. And so began what you know as the Sail Heart.
Sounds like quite the hero. Who was this, from the Golden Guild?
Jaxus.
Jaxus Corvale. The songstress's brother.
Yes.
Come on out, little girl.
Get away!
Leave her alone. Vind, it's me.
Oh, thank the ages, Cal.
What happened?
Those men, they must have followed the songstress. I think they were thinking of robbing her, but when they saw the sail heart...
As long as you're safe.
I'm fine.
You mentioned a songstress.
She's left. I'm sorry. She sounded as if she knew you. When she came in, we couldn't stop her.
Tides. Please, please.
Calden, what are you searching for?
Tides, where is it?
Calden!
It's gone.
Please, Calden.
No!
No.
What were you looking for?
My journal.
She took it?
She must have. It's not here.
And you're worried about a journal?
This way.
By the ages. Whose is this?
No one's. Not anymore.
Armor of the Luca.
Jax's.
This was his room.
It was... ours.
Calden. Songs unsung.
Now you understand.
I'm afraid I do.
And?
I don't know.
All right. Please. Close the doors behind you.
Calden, wait. Damn.
Zeph drew that.
Well, he told me.
Guessed as much when I saw him leave.
I think I might have offended him.
Did you insult Jax?
No, I just said I didn't know how I feel about, it all.
Nah, he's not offended then. Sad, maybe, but not offended. Cal's better than that.
Have you always known?
Yep, a whole lot of us do. And we only love him more for it. He and Jax took good care of us. Better than any of our real parents did, at least.
And you have no issue?
No offense to your mighty cape or anything, sir, but what's there to take issue with? He loves differently from other people. It's still love, and I wasn't taught ever that love was bad.
I know. I was just surprised, I suppose.
But do you take issue with it? The way the Hall of Songs does?
No, not I.
That's good. You should let him know. He doesn't hear things like that enough these days. Come on, sir. I'll walk you out.
A final question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Jax's. What happened to him?
I'd rather not talk about it. Here we are, sir. I'll see you around.
Quite likely, yes. If you ever need to speak to Calden about anything, he's staying with me at a place called the Estiguary.
Can't say I know it, but I'll be damned if I can't find my way around the city. Excuse my language, sir.
It's all right. Take care of yourself, Vint. Is there any other business you have here? If not, we should get back to the Estiguary. I, for one, am exhausted.
We?
Calden. I was branded a deserter of war. I know how it feels to have the world turn against you. And I'd not inflict that upon anyone, you included.
But earlier...
I was surprised, that's all.
And here I was, ready to pack.
Speaking from experience?
My family found out when I was young. Acquainted my face with their fists, threw me out, hoping the thugs or disease would get to me before I could ruin their legacy.
And you proved them wrong.
I never wanted to. All I wanted was to go home.
Well, you have a new home now, anyway.
A home that I worry daily about losing.
Is this why you treat Vasco the way you do?
As someone in the inner circle of the Bloodless, he could know.
And you were afraid word would spread.
Once that happened, if the Hall of Songs knew...
What would happen? I apologize for asking. I am not familiar with these things.
My brother has no children, and my parents' songs were sung a decade ago. If the Hall found out about me, they would deem my family's legacy tainted. Its space on the singing tree would be given to proper families with legacies that will endure.
Does your brother know?
He's the one that cared for me after I was thrown out into the streets. In a way, like you, I owe him my life, and I will not tolerate any threats to his legacy, myself included.
And now Orlana has your journal.
I know.
But what was in it that...
If those are winds we must sail, then let them blow first. I think Vasco should have returned by now, and I am eager to hear what he has to say. The closer we get to finding my brother, the better I'll feel.
I understand. A final word, Calden, before we lay this issue to rest.
Yes?
You don't have any plans to tell the others about this, do you?
What do you mean?
I mean, I only speak for myself when I claim acceptance. I am not sure how the others would take it, and I'd rather not find out. Not while we all have to work together.
It's all right. I understand. I hadn't intended to anyway.
Thank you. We're back.
So what was that all about?
Just some Sorelle issues. Nothing you need concern yourself with.
Nothing to do with the investigation?
No. Personal things.
What about Vasco? Have you heard word from...
Salutations! I am returned.
Where is the Bloodless?
In his abode, in a ward which I am certainly disallowed to mention.
You said we could speak with him.
I said he would give you your answers, and answers he has given.
You...
It's all right, Marshal. The answers were our goal either way.
So they were, and so I shall present them. First, the Herald. Unfortunately, he's too recent a phenomenon. Information about him is conflicted, and the most the Bloodless can give is that the Herald is part of a Masquerada faction called the Dactytes.
Nothing new there.
Second, Lysandra, the Whispering Streets.
Labyrinth of the Masqueraders.
How are we supposed to find anyone in that damnable ward?
It will be difficult. The ward is among the city's biggest. Even worse, I doubt she stays in one place. It could take us days.
I have an idea.
What are you asking for? Another contract?
No, information.
About?
I heard you mention that you were going through all these troubles to find the mariner's brother. Am I correct?
Yes.
Why?
Inspectore, if we tell him, the Bloodless will know. Given that he trades in information, word could get around.
Marshal, you seem to have a disturbingly inaccurate view of the Bloodless and his messengers. Just because we dabble in information does not mean that we spill it all over the place. But of course, you and your bright guild would know nothing about subtlety and secrets, would you? Seeing how you handled Izander and—
Do not defame my guild!
So instead, I should stand here and let you defame mine.
Enough! The twins have been kind enough to find a location free of the politics of the city, and I will not allow the both of you to drag your baggage along. Within these walls, we are colorless. We are here for one purpose, and that is to get Razatov back. The masked runners have him. It's why we're looking for Lysandra, to lead us to the Herald.
And what's he to them?
He was researching powerful ancient artifacts of the Dementicate. If there's anyone that can get us to them, it's him.
Artifacts that do what exactly?
I'd tell you if I knew.
I see. Thank you, Inspectore, for the trust. You can rest assured that I shan't abuse it.
Now, that plan you were talking about?
The pin drop.
The ruins?
Yes. I can do a thing. Spread rumors. Entice Lysandra with word of a cache of masquerines found. And with the Bloodless's help, and trust me, he will help, I can do it by tonight.
You want to bait her out into the ruins?
In this time when masquerines are so scarce, I'm certain she will fall for it.
It sounds like a plan.
What's this? The mariner supporting me now?
Don't make me take it back.
So, Inspectore, what'll it be?
Go. Do what you must.
We should head to the pin drop first thing come sunrise. I will be back here by then.
By the night. I can't believe we just told him.
We didn't have much choice, Marshal. We should get some sleep. Tomorrow's going to be a long day.
Ah, I see you found my trove.
What are these?
My treasures.
Then, the last thing you counted among your treasures tried to kill me.
Oh, please, Cicero. Nala wasn't even poisonous. Besides, biting was her way of showing affection.
Well, at least these aren't alive.
They're very special brews. I'd been cleaning up the Estiguary some months ago when I rediscovered a recipe I'd gotten off some Tesseric tourists years and years ago. As you can tell, there hasn't been much business here lately, so I thought I'd try something new. Occupy myself and all that.
Was the recipe any good?
Well...
You haven't tried them?
You know I'm not one for these sort of things, and,
What?
You could try one and tell me what you think. The first to try the batch. Consider it an honor.
Your enthusiasm worries me.
Oh, come on, Cicero. For old time's sake. Please?
Why do I think I'm going to regret this?
So, what do you think? Cicero? Cicero!
Songs, Ven.
Ages, I thought I lost you.
How long was I out?
1 minute and 3 seconds.
For a moment, we thought you were dead.
I'm surprised I'm not.
You didn't think you could go off dying on us like that, did you? Can you imagine the songs they'll sing of you, dying because you had a bad drink? The embarrassment.
It was worth a shot.
It was worth 10. That thing is potent, Ven.
For a man who just passed out, you seem fine now.
Yes, the recovery period is surprisingly short.
Oh?
It might hit you like a steed at first, but once it lightens up, well...
Go on, Cicero. Don't leave me hanging. How do you feel?
As though some weight's been lifted. There's a strange clarity to the world. I can't describe it exactly, and I don't know how long it'll last, but I'll admit it isn't the worst feeling.
What news? How excellent!
Indeed. As a connoisseur of fine spirits, I must say your description of it has piqued my interest.
Be warned, though, the initial sensations are not mild. I advise caution.
Well, the mariner is here to take care of us if we so choose to subject ourselves to it, no?
I suppose I could do that.
Perfect! Consider us warned.
So, the stone.
It doesn't react to any of the chemicals that I've got, and I can't even scratch it. Whatever you've brought me, it's something special. Everstone, perhaps?
Well, I can't say that lives up to my hopes, but thank you nonetheless, Ven.
You're welcome. And,
What?
I am a collector, after all, and,
You can have it.
Truly?
Why not? Just as long as you tell me if you find anything more.
Of course. Thank you, Cicero. Now, I think I'll run it through some more, experimental techniques. Oh, this is exciting.
You have something for me?
I promise to make good on our bargain by the day's end.
And the day is almost over.
The lady has delivered as she promised. She has found where your rebel leader has been hiding.
And where is...
And she has given you the means you asked for.
What is this?
It is yours.
The second canticle? My brother used to sing it quite a bit. He'd often dreamed about what the city was like during the time. I was thinking, maybe if we found the artifacts, found out how they were used to create Masquerades, maybe we could turn back time. Make the city the way it was back in the second canticle. What do you think?
What do you want?
Amadea.
What do you want?
An answer.
I don't hear a question.
Why are you shutting me out?
I'm sorry. Are you expecting the world to greet you with open arms?
I hadn't expected it to bury me under ice. When I found out that you were a mask runner, I thought... I don't know, that I could talk to you.
Talk to me?
You were a mask runner, a part of what my brother had once led. Is it so wrong for me to want to connect with his legacy?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Why?
Because I've left that life behind. Who do you think you are, to come back and try to talk to me about the war that you weren't even a part of? You don't know what we went through.
I lost my brother.
I lost my life. Everything that I had, everything that I was, I lost. So don't you dare come back and tell me to talk to you about it.
Then why did you agree to come?
Oh, my friends. What secrets you've been keeping. This...
What do you mean you don't know where it is?
I've heard its name before. Doesn't mean I've actually visited it.
What's going on?
The rumors have been spread, but we don't know where the pin drop is exactly.
Yes, well, I'd taken for granted that...
That what?
That maybe one of you might have known.
It's a set of ruins, isn't it? You'd know where it is, wouldn't you, Amadea?
It's an obscure set. I've heard of them before, but I should be able to find it if I came along.
Excellent. What are we waiting for, then?
Today is a special day. Amadea will be your guide.
Are you sure, sir? We know the city like the back of our hands.
Do you know where the pin drop is?
Well, that's... might be the dirt under our fingernails.
Let's go.
All right, now stay left. We don't want to cross the roads that circle the old fountain.
So that'll take us through Alamar's Alley?
No, you go around that. When you come to the junction, turn right.
But I thought you said to stay left.
Not this time.
Well, that's what you said about Periwinkle Gardens.
Well, I'm saying that again. So listen. Stay left, and when you come across the 3rd Street after the junction of the 7th and 11th...
Did we finally make it?
The ruins are right over there.
Oh, thank the ages. I don't think the horses would have survived another turn.
Well, they'll have to, because you can't stay here. It's too open.
And where do you suppose we go, then?
There's an abandoned warehouse just off this street. You can hide the horses in there and climb to its top story. It's quite safe. You'll be able to see the pin drop and watch for our return.
Right. Got it.
So, where do you think she'll be?
In the ruins just ahead. No one will think to look for Masquerades out here and...
Stop.
Damn it.
Turn around. Well, I'd heard that you'd return to our shores, but you What are you doing with him?
The company I keep is none of your business.
It is when he abandoned us.
Like you abandoned Invidius.
Amadea, it's been 5 years.
And he's still gone.
You disappoint me, Cicero. I'd been waiting here, hoping to be surprised, but yet you simply walk in.
How did you know?
The ways of the street are my lifeline. You think I would not suspect anything when rumors begin popping up all over the place? You're a fool to think that plan would have worked. I knew someone was baiting me out. I wanted to know who.
Now you do.
Now I want to know why.
I need to get to the Herald.
And you think I will take your hand and lead you there?
I was hoping we could come to an arrangement, yes.
What bridge do you see that I do not, Cicero? What reasons am I blinded to that have made you believe that I have forgiven you for what you did 5 years ago?
My brother is gone, and...
Because of you! You could have fought for him. For us. Your people. And instead you chose that cape!
I did not choose the Masquerada over you!
No! Even worse. You didn't choose at all. A spineless, pathetic man is easier to hate than even a traitor!
You think I don't know that?
Why do you want the Herald?
The Dactytes have captured a friend of mine. I need to get him back.
And what will you do for us?
My friend was on a quest for great power. If you lead us to the Herald...
Do not lie to me.
I may have burnt my bridges once, but I have not forgotten my roots.
If you are searching for the Herald, there are a few things you must know.
The ruins!
Get down!